Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. Somebody sent me this and wanted to know they're only really concerned is the outline. And there's probably several ways you could do it. I did it two different ways for them to kind of look at. This is more like it's hard. I don't have this font. It's hard to kind of match it up perfectly without the font. So if they have that font, they could do a better job. But here we go. Just take the word and I'm going to left click, right click. I want an outline whenever I contour anything. Now I'm using X7. My computer's still in the shop. So I'm not getting any welding tools, but I can always go to object and shaping and boundary. And I made a boundary up. Let me set my nudge factor on like, well, 8 inches. So we're going to take the boundary and move it down. What the boundary did, it gave me no centers. I don't have any center part of the, well, the A is only one. So let's nudge it down a little bit more. Then I'm going to go to effects and contour. I'm going to contour to the outside. And I'm going to contour with square corners because I got square letters. And I get that right there. Now I'm going to go to object and break the contour apart. And I'm going to move that back up. And now from here, it's just like playing with it. I'm going to set my nudge factor on like 0.2. And I'm going to move my contour down. Maybe not quite that much. Maybe let's go like, let's back up here. Let's go 1.5. No, 0.15. And let's move this down. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and take I'm going to go make it look like the original. So we're going to take a box. I'm going to set my nudge factor back on 8 inches. And I'm going to move this out of the way because I want this to be a solid and I don't have that color in my color palette. So I'm going to use the Smart Fill tool. And I've already taken an eyedropper sample of it. And I put it in that box. Now I'm going to move it back. And I'm going to go to object, order, back a page. And the letters are white, so I'm going to take the text. Basically, you can see I've got it. Well, I guess I've already converted to a curve, but I got the text, and I'm going to make it white. No, I got the outline. Well, I needed that too. So I'm going to go and make the outline white and go ahead and make it like 10 points. And then I'm going to try to grab the text and fill in white. Whoop, I still got the contour because it's taken over. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do for just a second. I'm going to move it out of the way and then grab my letters and fill them in with white and take away the outline. Now I can get back to my object and do that. Now, that's pretty neat within itself, but that's not the way it looks. And see, my eagles is going to look different. But if you will now take the contour and either take it like this and get the 2 point and expand it out a little bit, and double click on the X and get the skew handled and move it over. You know what? Now that I think about it, I did both of mine like that, but really it's not like that. It is just moved over. So we set our nudge factor on something little again, like 0.15, and grab that contour and just kind of move it over. So you're getting that effect, but mine's going to look totally different because I don't have a rounded font like that. Now you could keep going, and like on this, you can see some of the interiors and some of them you can't, and you could, delete some of them very easily. The lines that are already being covered up, kind of, you could go ahead and just crop those lines out if you wanted to. and make it look more like maybe the original. You know, you could crop out quite a few of the interior, and maybe even more than I think. And I mean, my font is going to be different than her font just because of the rounded corners and, you know, possibly the spacing. But if we get rid of some of this and see what's happening, my white eagle text that's filled in with white is keeping the tool from leaking in there. That looks pretty good. I'm going to say that's pretty close to the original. I wish I would have had more time to take that font and get that font, because it would make a total different. And young lady, if you're still having a problem, send me that font if you have that font. I think she just copying this off of a graphic and maybe doesn't have that font. But anyway, I hope that helped them a little bit. Thank you for watching.